It is early Monday morning, and as is always the case, it would be really quiet if the baby eagles weren't hungry. I have a lot to accomplish this week, and I believe the best way to illustrate what's afoot is by boat. This is the first time I framed up a shot by oar. That is our camp on a lake in northern Maine, built sometime in the 1880s by my wife's great-great-grandparents. I am in my third summer of a major restoration on this place, but that is not the subject of our story this morning. We are going to paddle up the shoreline about 250 feet. That's a little harder to see through the trees than I'd hoped. But this is our neighboring camp to the east. And last fall, it changed hands for the first time in several generations. Camps don't change hands very often on this lake. Judging from the construction materials and style, I'm gonna guess it was built in the 30s. And the new owners, understandably and forgivably, are going to rebuild. Structurally, there's not much to work with in this thing. Before they rebuild, this will be demolished, and before this is demolished, I'm salvaging everything out of there. I've already taken out an entire brick fireplace, about half the windows, and at this point, the bulldozers arrive in 5 days. I have 4 days to get everything out of there I want, and there's a lot. So with that deadline ahead of me, there's no more time for messing about in boats. I can travel back and forth between my camp and Part's camp via this trail through the woods. And here she is. One non-fireplace. I think I'll start this week's operations with the job I'm looking forward to least, which is removing this toilet, which I think is a 1930s era toilet and matches the sink in our downstairs bathroom. Oy. Okay, while I get started with this, enjoy a little tour of this place. When it came on the market last fall, we saw the inside as it was left by the previous owners. Let's go for a little walk.
Oh my gosh, it smells like an old camp. Oh, look at this little room. You can barely get in and out of your bed.
Editor's note. In this region, places like this are called camps. So within the context of these little stories, I call it a camp. However, in thumbnails and titles, I call it a cabin because no one understands the camp thing. Everyone thinks I'm either running a camp for children or staying in the woods in a tent. With that said, mostly I'm out here to have a look at the eagles. Welcome back to Scary Bathroom, where I have found a couple of these fabulous teeny hooks. One of my favorite things about this old camp is that the previous owners locked all the windows with kitchen knives and putty knives. I kind of like this putty knife. I'll take that. Ah! Oh, big dead spider. Okay. There is a date stamped in this, February 20th, 1967. So much for my mid-30s estimation. Yeah, I can see it. Amazing how actual facts can change your perception of things. Either way, it's still a pretty good aesthetic match to our 1930s sink. Yeah, I still like it. Loon country. Listen to the calm. Have you ever heard a loon? Moving on, kitchen sink. All right, there's that. Moving on to tiny bathroom sinks. That was easy. There's two of these, and while I pull the other one, let's do the time warp again. Back to May, when Paul was here and we started pulling the windows. Yes, a quick word for our sponsors. But in this case, my sponsors are all of you, viewers and likers and commenters and subscribers and members. And know that in my eyes, you are all equal. But these folks get their name on the chalkboard of fame because capitalism. And if becoming a member of this channel is of interest, check it all out in the link in the description. And now back to present day, or at least yesterday. It's a little hard to know where to stop with this little exercise. White pine. My camp was pieced together entirely with white pine, and what did I do? There we go. And it is drop dead gorgeous old growth Maine white pine with growth rings so small you can barely see them with your naked eye. I could use almost infinite supplies of it if I could find more. This camp also made from white pine, but let's guess 50 years later, and the growth rings on these planks are up to 1/4 inch. So there's a little story about the Maine lumber industry in there somewhere. So this lumber is fine, not great. I'm not going to kill myself pulling planks out of here, but I'm going to find out how difficult it might be. useful. I don't know if I would feature this inside the camp. In any case, I think I will pull out everything else, and with whatever time is remaining, pull lumber. Because there isn't much time remaining. I have one more day, and the big job of pulling out the kitchen cabinets still needs doing. But tomorrow. Excuse me. These cabinets were built in place. They're not going to just come out as units. But I would love to not have to take them apart board by board. Okay, the main event. I would like this entire lower cabinet to form the underpinning of our big kitchen center table island. So I don't need this top, but I need this to come out in some shape or form that can be reconstituted. And this we want to use. It's built right into the 2x4s of the wall. We'll see how much I can hold together. Yes, I save all the old flathead screws. I say this to the very strong anti-flathead screw lobby out there. I'm not so precise about it all that I save certain screws for certain things. I just keep a big bucket of old screws, and if I'm doing something like putting cabinets like this back together, I can dump out this big vat of screws and find appropriate ones. Go about this from the back side. So
from up top at this point, right?
Well, I mean, I knew the challenge with this would be that it's not a cabinet, it was built into the wall. It never occurred to me to actually take out the whole wall. It's a little anticlimactic to pull all this stuff and not install any of it immediately in our camp. But there is one last little thing to grab from Parts Camp.